It's brunch with Brian on a beautiful Monday. You can see I'm wearing my Vikings colors. The Vikings are 3-0. I'm not going to be able to say the Vikings are undefeated very long. So I want to take advantage of the opportunity. So today I wanted to talk about compartmentalization. Okay, this is something, it's actually National Family Day. So what is the thing that's very important with your family is that you stay compartmentalized away from your stressful life. Most of us, have an adult life where we're out there trying to make a living and interacting with the world, and that can be stressful. And we can sometimes, through not compartmentalizing, bring that home. Okay. So I was guilty of that when I was a manager for AmeriQuest Mortgage, downtown Phoenix. I was miserable at that job and I couldn't let go of it. So I would come home and I wouldn't be able to snap out of it. I would not be able to compartmentalize my work experience and keep it in its own little compartment and then be able to move on to my next compartment. Now, you know what? What is compartmentalization? It's role control. Okay, now what have I been talking about for the last couple of years is role control and understanding the different roles that you play and playing the right roles at the right time. That's really what compartmentalization comes down to. It being National Family Day, a lot of us in the real estate business work with our families. I work with Lynette in the real estate business. Do we work all the time? No, we have to compartmentalize it. So that's where you have to say, let's go have a date night. Let's go have fun. Let's not always be about work. You have to compartmentalize the work during the work times. Two ways to compartmentalize is through role control and through schedule control. So once you, but see, the thing is, you have to stick with your role control to stick with your schedule. Now, I believe everybody should do a different kind of scheduling called a role schedule. You should not just do, okay, from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, I have to answer a bunch of emails. And then from 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock, I have to make these 4 phone calls. And then from, 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock, I have a lunch break. Now, what's the easy way to put, now what do I want you to write in there besides what you're actually doing, your action steps during those time slots, is what roles you're going to be playing during those action steps. So if, like, for instance, tonight from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock, you have scheduled your real estate investing calls, you're going to be calling some sellers or buyers. Okay, what roles are you going to be playing? You're going to be playing friendly neighbor for part of it. Now, you might not think that automatically, but that's for building rapport. That's a key role. And if you enjoy playing friendly neighbor, all of a sudden, instead of dreading those calls, all of a sudden you have a reason to kind of look forward to those calls. Oh, I'm going to get to chat with some new people I haven't talked to before, and chat them up a little bit, find out a little bit about their situation, maybe help them out. Okay, and be a good neighbor, be a friendly neighbor. Okay, so that's a fun role for some of you guys to play, and that's why you can look forward to the calls if you have it written in on your role schedule that's one of the roles you get to play during that time. Another role you're going to play is, whatever blank negotiator. All right, remember, how do you choose your roles? By choosing your adjectives. You're going to play the role negotiator on that phone call. You decide how you're going to play that role. So I want you to play confident negotiator. Confident negotiator. How do you get into that confident negotiator role? By doing your closing call prep sheets. That gives you confidence. Before you make a closing call, you fill out your closing call prep sheet. That gives you, it says what the seller's hot buttons are. It says what your first offer is going to be, your next backup offer. It says all kinds of great information, and there's room for notes. And that, just filling that form out, taking a couple of minutes before you get on the closing call, wow, all of a sudden you're 10 times more confident. So I want you to be a confident negotiator. I want you to feel like you're a master closer. What makes you a master closer? Getting good at the script. That magical 2.5 page seller financing closing call script that is basically the whole business in 2.5 pages. So if you want to say, I am a master closer, and feel confident and be able to play that role confidently on the phone, how are you going to do it? You're going to get good at that one script and some other scripts too as time goes on, and objection answers and that. All right, now we're talking about compartmentalization, and I happen to be wearing my Vikings jersey, guys. Obviously, uh, I'm one of my roles that I play. One of the compartments I have is sports fan, right? Now, what's the problem with sports fan? Also, another one in terms of being engaged in sports, I'm a huge pickleball player. So now, but the trick with both of those is both of those I get excited about. I get pretty animated. I get emotional about those things. And so the trick is being able to turn it off if things go bad. What if you have a bad day at pickleball, or if your team loses? Okay, can you turn it off? Can you compartmentalize it and say, okay, that was my sports fan. That was my enthusiastic sports fan role. Okay, I absolutely have an enthusiastic sports fan role, and I got to be careful with it because I can bleed over into other times and other roles and other situations, can't it? Yeah, and another thing is if you're watching, the highlights all night long and you're talking to all your friends about the game, and obviously if you're supposed to be playing dad on Sunday night at some point, you're not really making that. So again, it's compartmentalizing is what role you're choosing to play. And if you're working with your spouse, make sure you're choosing the right roles. Don't always be in work, uh, uh, you know, excited real estate investors and focused real estate investors with each other all the time. Obviously, you want to be loving husband and loving wife and all that stuff too. So switch over into those roles when appropriate. That's how you compartmentalize. Compartmentalization is really crucial. And if parts of your life are not going great, if you can't compartmentalize, that one part can taint everything else and get you depressed. And so you got to be able to compartmentalize it, put it in a box. What's the box? The box is the role. Okay, so if today your team lost, if you are a football fan like me, and if your team lost and is doing miserable and not as good as you thought, and it's kind of coming into focus here after 3 games, then you might be sad. You might be sad or aggravated sports fan this morning, but obviously you got to keep that in its proper perspective and say, okay, and be able to keep that compartmentalized. Linda, I see you chiming in here. Morning, Noel and Kathy. Happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday. I am now viewing you on Facebook to see if it works better than YouTube. Okay, yeah, you know what? I'm usually on I don't think I can see I don't see the comments from the YouTube because I'm on StreamYard. And wait, no, I think the YouTube comments come through too. So yeah, you just guys, you got to pick it. I'm on Facebook or YouTube, and you know, role scheduling, different roles, action steps. Love your movie clock in the background. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it is very unique. I'm a huge movie fan. You guys know I was working in the movie business for 7 years. Some of you guys know that. Confident negotiator, closing call prep sheets filled out. Yes. Master closer and get good at the scripts. Exactly. That's it. You broke it down for everybody, Linda. Thank you for being our note taker. So guys, how do you get into that confident negotiator role? You fill out your closing call prep sheet in advance. And we have a system on negotiating too. And then what? Offers. Yes. And then to really get into that master closer role, just get good at that closing call script, literally. Now there's 3 main closing call scripts. There's the seller financing closing call that really explains the business. But then there's sort of specialized. There's also a subject to closing call, and there's also a lease purchase, a sandwich lease purchase closing call. Now, in addition to that, there's a few other ones like a subordination closing call and things that I've added, a contract for deed closing call, just little wrinkles. It's basically all based on that 2.5 page seller financing closing call. That's really what it's all based on. Okay. So, compartmentalize, yes, and that just you pick the role you want to play and then you play it fully. Morning, WL. Great to see you. I haven't seen you chiming in a little bit. Great tips, coach. Yay! I feel like your coach, guys. I want to be your coach. I used to think about that professor, but a professor doesn't motivate you. And that's the thing. I'm more about getting you guys motivated, not just giving you information. What does a coach do? Coach does both. I'm a smart guy, so I've always people have called me professor, and yes, and sometimes I'm a little professorial the way I teach, but I really want to come out. Really want to teach you guys as your coach, and then motivate you as well. So that's really more of my approach. I want to be your coach. So Caleb, yeah, Facebook is better for viewing it live. YouTube is good if you miss it and have to catch up later. Okay, excellent. Thank you, Caleb. Guys, on either one of these formats, do those thumbs up and the loves and the hearts and stuff. I never think to, mention that stuff, but I think I like to get it. I like to look back and say, wow, got a couple of hearts. Okay, happy morning. See now, see, this is that role control, guys. While I am a professor and I like being I like considering and I used to call myself professor. I started to think more about this, and I started thinking I'm really more like your coach, and especially as I'm creating the Psych Ups program for you, and I'm working hard on that. That's where I'm really starting to think that's really more of a coach role, because I'm really going to be giving you the materials to succeed, but also really be pumping you up and psyching you up. Okay. Don't get psyched out, get psyched up. All right. So, Linda, so true. Yes, motivator and inspirational lead. Thank you, Linda. You're so kind this morning. Compliments are wonderful. Everybody likes compliments. That's a good tip, guys. Give people some compliments today. It's National Family Day. So what better day to give your family good compliments than today? Today's a great day. So give everybody in your family a nice compliment and tell them, hey, I'm happy to be in a family with you. I really appreciate you being in our family. And even people have married into your family, because that would really make them feel special if you sent them a little text today and said, hey, it's National Family Day. If you want to forward them it, go on Check a Day, check I day, check a day, and you can actually forward the posting that says National Family Day, and you could say, so happy to have you in our family. And I just did one like that with my daughter the other day. And, it was one of these things on Check a Day. So it's a way to kind of have an excuse to say something nice and compliment and connect with somebody in your family. So think about that. Tony, good morning. Good to see you here. Sister Blenda on here today to get used to learning from you. Oh, that's great. Well, thank you. Good morning. Is it Blenda or is it Brenda? Okay. Okay, Blenda, that's interesting. All right, so great to see you guys, and great to see everybody. All right, so what's our affirmation for today? It's I play the right roles. I play the right roles. Okay, at the right time. Right role at the right time. Let's do that. Okay, ready? 3 times on 3. Right role at the right time. 1, 2, 3. Right role at the right time. Right role at the right time. Right role at the right time. Yes. And I love playing, enthusiastic sports fan, but I'm going to take this shirt off and then I got to get to work. Right? Okay. 3 deep breaths. Nice deep breath in. Good. Hold it a little bit and let it go. Always a big smile. All right. And let it go and relax your arms and your neck. Okay. One more. Real deep. Always a smile and let it go. Okay, don't forget to do more deep breathing during the day. It's always healthy and invigorating. And until I see you guys tomorrow, what are you going to do? You're going to keep expecting success, getting the best training from the Wolf Couple, and taking action. Okay, see you tomorrow.